pivot, and we're going to get into branding and marketing. Now, Phil has an app, 94 Feet Game. If you guys don't have the app, you have to go get the app. So, Phil, we want to talk about how you're marketing your app because we want to educate other developers that have an idea of maybe starting an app because there's enough room out in space for everybody.
All
So
right.
can we talk a little bit about your app and like what do you feel like, man, this is what make this app special?
Man, I think Chris, what I've done is I really tried to pour um, bits and pieces of me into the app. It's not just about drills. The app has really become a community of different people, and so I want it to be a landing space where people can come in into the app and just have tons and tons and tons of different areas of the game that they can work on. Um, I really think the app is pretty unique. Obviously, one, my background, being
Right.
an NBA coach, and some of the high profile athletes I've been able to work with over the years. It just kind of gives an inside look as to what some of these guys do on a daily basis. What kind of drill work, what has made me successful as a coach in working with different players of all ages and genders. And inside the app, I mean, it's very detailed. If you've ever been in the gym with me and been on the floor with me, you understand that my work is very detailed. So the app is laid out exactly like that. We try not to skip details. Try to be on point with the teaching. Try to make it simple and understandable for users. And then the pieces that we've added inside. I have a WNBA athlete on the app. I have NBA players on the app. I have a female, a youth. She's a phenom. I have a young male phenom.
Tra-
So
you
there's
have
all these
trainers. You have
trainers.
you've been featuring trainers.
Yes.
I love
So
I love that too. I think that's amazing.
yeah, it's just
Featuring
another.
you're featuring other people in your platform to give them a platform.
No question. I mean, it's just another space for people to share knowledge. Chris, that's what it is. It's not even solely about me. I just wanted to create a place where the basketball community can go and get some training. It may not be the best training for everyone. It may not be for everyone. I've already said that.
Right.
I've always
Right.
said that. But if you want training that is what I want to use the word, it's been tested, right?
Yep.
It's been
It's battle
proved.
tested. It's
It's
proven.
it's it's proven. And so inside of that, man, it's a community. We try to put in some custom workout builders to help people understand how you build
What
workouts.
what is okay? So when you look at custom workouts, because I know that's unique piece to your app, right? And the one thing I want to point out to the viewers and people that listen, you got to listen to what Phil is saying. He's he's giving you the recipe to the structure, the way he develops, the way he sees it through his eyes. So a lot of times you guys are afraid to invest, but this is a great investment, especially for coaches and teachers. You want to grab as much knowledge as possible. When I was coming up, Phil, I mean, I still got in my storage area. I got stacks. I spend thousands of dollars studying the game from
Mm,
DVDs to
mm,
VCR tapes to any tape I can get, every book I read. And the one thing I learned in the app space is people have to trust the people that are directing the app. And you just said it. You said it's detailed, just the way you develop. And so before I get into that, guys, because I want to talk about Phil, the piece of the app where they can build their own workout. I think that's
hmm
unique.
Well, what
I
I
think
tried
that's
to
unique.
do, man, Chris, I partnered with Sports Academy, which used to be Mamba. We're in a full fledged partnership, but it's not just basketball. They have a very unique tech part of their business. And so they took the app and completely revamped it and redesigned it. And they said, Coach, what do you want? And they just started extracting all of this stuff from my brain. I said, well, I want people to be able to go into the app and understand how I would build workouts from
Yep.
start to finish.
Start to finish.
So they built the program exactly like that. The program is set up if you want a 10-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute on up to a 45-minute workout. There's all these algorithms. You can go inside of there and pick whatever category you want, footwork, you want ball handling, you want shooting, you want pick and rolls, you want post ups, whatever. You can pick up to 5 categories, right? And you pick the time that you want, and you pick those categories, and the computer spits out an algorithm based on how I would build a workout with those categories.
That's dope.
From the ball handling to some finishing to you know how we progress things, Chris. You know how we stack things.
You're stacking it. You're stacking
them. So that custom workout builder is basically a piece of my brain as to how I would build a workout.
Phil, we got a question for you. Run that back. What's the app called so he can go get it right now?
94 Feet of Game. You can get it on all platforms. You can get it
all
on
platforms.
Apple. You can get it on Google, Android.
And
pretty
Apple
simple.
TV.
Apple TV.
Roku.
No, I'm not as advanced as you, Chris. We're not on the Roku yet. but the main platforms you can get it on. You can get it on the Android and Google Drive, or you can get it right on the iPhone in the Apple Store. 94 Feet of Game.
Yeah, 94 Feet of Game. And Phil, do you have any like 3-day trials or like 7-day trials so that people can understand they can get in it?
We actually have a 7-day trial, but we're actually getting ready to do. Chris, I'm getting ready to do like a 99-cent thing with the app, and people can get on there. It's 99 cents, complete access, unlimited. We're gonna start that next month. I did that over the holidays, and it was phenomenal. And again, it's just people. One thing you try to teach people, Chris, you talked about investing in yourself. Right? You
got to invest. You got to invest.
If somebody was to call Chris Johnson and say, Coach, I want to come work out with you. Can you tell me how much it would cost? It's not cheap.
It's not cheap at all.
It's not cheap. So when we do things like that and make an app available to someone for 99 cents with all the stuff that we put out there, that's
crazy. Because my app dropped at $3.99, and more people that are in like Japan and all these other areas are utilizing the app more than the people here. But I get a lot of DMs. I get a lot of text messages asking the same questions that we're answering within the app space to create that community.
All right.
Yeah.
100%.
So you got to invest in yourself, guys. Kennedy, bring that question up. Bring Nick Wright up. He want to thank Phil for getting his handles right. So Phil, Nick Wright wants to thank you. He's in the app. He said thank you. His handles got totally better. Nick, let us know where you're from. What demographics, so we can we definitely want to thank you for being a part of.
That's good stuff, Nick, man. Glad to hear it. Keep putting that work in.
Oh, look, Marlon said, how can I get my beer?
Man. He said, I'm semi. Hey, Mar, like I'll tell you what, Mar, you just gotta let it grow, man. Most people are afraid of the gray hair, bro. I'll be trying to tell them, let it grow. You can't die forever, man. You cannot.
You cannot.
Let it grow.
Do you think that the WNBA can be as good as the NBA?
100%. I think on different levels too. The WNBA, like the talent, and Chris, you had an opportunity to work with some of the WNBA players.
Yeah.
They're extremely talented. They're talented and they're just as smart, right? So what are the differences? They're just not as athletic, right? They don't play the game above the rim. Well, that's changing too.
That's changing.
That part. But that is really the only difference. And then just doing away with the whole misconception that women can't hoop, right? When you do away with that misconception and people really actually sit down and watch the women play,
right?
God, you will find out that women's basketball is probably more physical than men's basketball.
It's super physical.
It's super physical. They're very skilled. They're very smart, right? And then their attention to detail is even more because they're not as athletic as men. So men, they tend to skip some of the details because of the athletic ability that they have.
Because they can go, it's so true, Phil, that you say that, because women shoot the ball so well.
Mm-hmm.
They do a lot of things super detailed with ball fakes and up and unders and step through because they have to play the game like that.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I think that is a difference. And I'm a bigger fan of the WNBA. I stepped away from it for a while because I was so immersed in just doing what I do.
Yeah.
But then, just getting back out to watching the WNBA and being around the players, they're just as special as an NBA player or player in general, and I
100%.
think that so we had to bring that back up, Kennedy. Here's one because we're talking branding and
Mm-hmm.
marketing right now. In your opinion about the Big Baller brand and LeVar branding his sons before they were in your league, what's your opinion on that?
Two parts. You know, I've been someone that was always kind of critical of LeVar and
Yep,
how he positioned his kids. But if you look at the underlying thing of what he wanted to get accomplished, he got it accomplished.
he got
He
it
want
done.
he got it done. Now, you can question his methods, right? You can always question his methods, but what he did and his vision for how he wanted his kids to be known, man, he was smart. He
Very
was really
smart.
very smart in what he wanted to get done. And he said, look, I'm just gonna be relentless about going about it. People call him a big mouth, people call him ignorant, you can call him whatever you want. But at the end of the day, he's sitting at home right now laughing, smiling.
Laughing.
Now again,
Yeah,
like I said, now would you and I do handle things the way he did, Chris? No, probably not.
not.
But the end result of what he wanted to get done for his kids, you can see it. You can see
And
it because
I've had the chance to being around him, right, and just watch. He's a father, and the one thing that you admire about any man, number one, is being a father to their kids.
all right.
And so when I look at him, I was like, he's a father. So whether he is saying things really aggressive or he's saying things that some people don't want to hear, at least I know if I was going to deal with him, I'm going to get the truth like
Mm-hmm.
right away. He's not going to be like that way, this way, and
No, he gonna tell you.
he's going to tell you. He's going to tell you exactly what it is. And his kids, you work with Lonzo, Lonzo. Lonzo is amazing. He's an
Great
amazing
kids.
player. They're
Great
great,
kids.
great kids, and they're good basketball players, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
that right there is crazy. So Phil, branding. Before we go to mental health, Phil has a Be Your Own Goat Sunday. Okay, just talk to us about being your own goat because you have a brand. I think it's a dope brand, right? It's unique. It fits who you are. So if people don't know you, they don't understand why being your own goat is so important, right? So, and I love it. So let's talk about that branding of being your own goat and how you came up with it, and just kind of walk us through that. Walk us through that.
Man, Chris, I think it's I wasn't born into the NBA.
Right.
I wasn't a high profile NBA player. Um, but we've had the opportunity to be around some of these elite athletes, and there's always a comparison, right? People are always
Always.
trying to figure out ways, one, who's the goat, and then two, how they can be like them, right?
Mhm.
And I think that there's a lot of things that you can draw from these dudes, but I've always found that, man, I want to be in my own lane. I want to have my own form of greatness. I want to be great at what I do. And so how can I do that? And that really means that you draw inspiration from other people, right? And you add them to your own blueprint, your own plate, but you never lose sight of finding your own greatness every day. I don't care what
Mm.
it is you do. I don't care if you're a photographer, you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, whatever that walk of life that you're in, right? Why not push yourself to be the greatest or the best that you can be in that environment? Because so many other people, right? We study for me. You settle for mediocrity, or you want to try to complain about, well, I wish I had this or I wish I had that. Nah, change that mindset and just attack what you're doing. right? If you're gonna do it,
Great.
like
Do
pour
it.
yourself,
Like pour your whole, put your whole thing into it.
pour yourself into it, man. I think if people would really try to find their own greatness every day, you know, try to push yourself to be great every day, then
Right.
you're reaching, you know, and you're attaining to be your own GOAT, right?
You
Because
got
then
me. You got me fired up right now, Phil. I
no,
swear.
shut up,
Like
man.
I'm already fired
No,
up, but now
simple. I
I'm
mean, but
like,
Chris,
because
you live
I'm
it though.
always going.
But
Yeah, I
you,
do.
but you live that though, Chris. You live that in your own life, right?
Yes.
You have sought out what you wanted to do. Said, okay, let me understand it. Let me research it. Let me make sure I know what I'm doing. Okay, now let me dive into it.
Let me
Right?
go.
All right, man. You one of the best trainers, one of the best trainers on the planet Earth, dog. So that it's manifested for you. So I think if more people would apply just that type of energy to their
Mm.
life, that was the reason why I started it. You know, I wanted to really try to inspire people to, man, okay, it's great to have these role models and idols and people that you look up to, take the inspiration from what they're doing and say, okay, how can I apply that? How can I apply it to my life and find my own level of greatness? You know, that's where the whole be your own GOAT thing came from. And just simple.
That's
And I
that's so fire.
yeah, it just applies. I think it just applies to anybody. It doesn't just have to be a LeBron or a Kobe or a Michael
Right.
Jackson or
Right.
you know whatever. It doesn't just have to be those people that that can reach you know GOAT status. Just we can all do it every day in our own lives if we just you know put our minds to it in some kind of way.
Oof. Now, where could we cop this gear at? If people want to support
Your
your
own GOAT.
movement,
So Deuce Brand, man, me and Deuce Brand are partners. You know, you can go to deucebrand.com,
okay.
DEUCE brand
Yes,
Deuce. You can go to Deuce Brand and you can find you know all the Deuce and the Be Your Own Go gear that you want. It's right there online.
support my OG. Be your
Yeah,
own
bro.
goat, and
I got I
we
gotta
got.
get you a box too. I gotta get
Yeah,
you a new box, man. I gotta send you some new stuff.
yeah, I need some heat, bro. And what is the Be Your Own Goat Sunday about? What is this about?
Yeah, you know how people have motivational Mondays or
Yeah,
yeah, throwback, whatever. It's just you know, go Sundays, man. It's just that day. Sunday is that day where kind of everybody's just kind of preparing for the week, right? So that to me, it just I was just sitting at the house one day. I was like, man, I'm just gonna start at Go Sundays, just something to prepare you for the week, and just thoughts. It's just random thoughts about
it's
different
amazing. It's
different things, right? Don't even have to be me. It's just it could be thoughts or ideas that I've seen from other people that I find very inspiring. So it's just
wow,
something positive. You just want to put into the universe, man.
that's amazing, amazing. So Phil, we're gonna pivot. Let's bring it back up, Kennedy.